This is a video tutorial for Jenny who wants to take a colored image and do a pattern fill with a silhouette. And so what I have done is I've just gone to Google and I have gotten this colorful rainbow chevron, which is not exactly the same pattern she's using, but the steps should be the same. If you look down here, I just copied and pasted this in, and Inkscape tells me that this is an image. It's embedded in layer 1, okay? So then I also got this little silhouette of a pug, and if I click on him, Inkscape also tells me that this is an image embedded in layer 1. So we have to trace both of these. I'm going to go ahead and make the pug a little smaller by clicking on Control and Shift and dragging until he's about the size I want him to be. Okay, so there he is. I'll trace the pug first. So path, trace bitmap. And for him, since he's just black and white, I'm going to use brightness cutoff and the single scan up here in the modes tab. And threshold 0.45 is fine for him. Update, he's going to look like that. So I'll say OK. All right, we'll drag the copy off. And I double click on it and you see it is a path, and then this one is an image. All right, we can go ahead and delete that. I just pressed the delete key. All right, now I'm going to click on my chevrons. Since this is a colored image, we need to do multiple scans. We'll do colors, and you'll have to try out however many number of scans to get the right number of colors. I'll do update. And that looks pretty good to me with 10 scans. I don't think smooth really matters here, but I don't want to stack scans and I do want to remove the background. So I'll just say OK for that, and it'll take it a minute and it's done. So drag, this is my copy right here. And you can see if I click on this and go down here, it says group of 9 objects in layer 1. If I click on this one, it says image. We don't want the image, so I'm pressing delete. All right, now this guy's in a group. So I think possibly the problem that Jenny was having was that, I'll just go ahead and try this. I'll select my pug and the chevrons, and what we're going to want to do here is path intersection. Nothing happened. If I look down here, it says one of the objects is not a path, cannot perform Boolean operation. And the reason for that is that intersect will only work on 2 objects at a time. So I need to ungroup this, Control-Shift-G. All right, now it's ungrouped. You can see all the reds go together, all the oranges go together, all the greens, etc. So I'm pressing Control-Z to get it all back in line. And you can also see, I'll drag that off again, you can see that there's another trace there, and you can go through and clean those up or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do this part, and then you can do the cleanup as you see if you need to. Okay, so she was going to do an outline, so let's go ahead and do that. You guys have seen me do this before. I'm going to duplicate the silhouette by pressing Control-D. I'm going to change my duplicate to red so I can see it, and press page down to send it back. I'm going to press Control-0 a couple of times to give me an offset. You can see there's a little red layer behind that. And now I'll select both. Whoops. Both of those and do path difference. Whoops. Control-Z. I have to duplicate my silhouette first. So D to duplicate. Now I've got 2 copies of that. Try that again. Select both of those, path, difference. Okay, so now we have an outline and we have our silhouette. I'm going to take the silhouette and put it over on top of my chevrons again. Okay, so now because all of these are separate, I have to do the path intersect for each color. So I need to duplicate my silhouette. So Control-D to duplicate. Now you can see I've got 2 copies. With one of those copies selected, now I'm going to select the red and do path intersection. You can't really see what happened, but if I drag my copy off, you can see it intersected with the red. Control-Z. Now I have to duplicate him again. Control-D. And now I'll select him and the orange. do path intersection. And again, you can see if I drag that, it worked. Control Z. Duplicate again, Control D, select the light green, path intersection. All right, I'm not going to show you, we just assume that it worked. Control D to duplicate them again. The other green, path intersection. And again, Control D, the turquoise, path intersection. Duplicate again, select him and the purple, path intersection. One more time, Control D, and this pink purple color, path intersection. All right, there he is. We don't need the silhouette anymore, so you can either just drag him off to the side or delete. Now we can just delete these little outlines that we don't need, and that should be good. And then just like all the rest of them, we're going to drag our outline back over, 3 to zoom in, and then the arrow keys to get it lined up. All right, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and use the arrows to get a little bit more accurate lining up. And then we have to decide if we want the outline to be joined with any of these colors. Say I want the outline to be green, so I'm going to close my trace and do Control Shift F to bring up the fill panel. Let's say I want the outline to be this color green. So with the outline selected, I'll click on the eyedropper selector tool and then click on the green, and that changed my outline to the green color. I probably need to outset it a little bit, so Control 0, and you can see the lines getting a little thicker. And then I can select the outline in this green color and do Control Shift plus, which is the same as path union. And now my green outline and my green chevron are joined together. And of course nothing else can join to the outline because that's going to be cut out of a different color. But that is how you would do a pattern fill with different colors. You have to first ungroup it, and then you have to do the intersect command with each of the colors because Inkscape will not intersect with more than 2 objects at a time. So I hope that clears it up for you. We'll see. Let me know.